We've now covered how to get a single album by ID, and we saw that we would need to have injected the album repository and that we could use the Symfony routing annotations to ensure that we only got IDs that were numerical. Now with the numerical value, we could ask the repository for an album entity matching the given ID and then return that as JSON with a little detour through the jsonSerialize method. Now as it turned out, getting just a single album wasn't that hard. And I've got some good news, getting a collection of albums is really straightforward because we've already done all the hard work. There's just two things that we need to do. We need to make sure that we use a slightly different name for our root, and rather than using the find method on the album repository, we're instead going to use findAll. Now honestly, both of these are super straightforward. It's basically just a copy paste of the existing get method and then make some small adjustments. So I'm using the method name of cget, C being collection. Use any naming format that you like. I've borrowed this format from FOSREStBundle. Likewise, if you copy paste from the existing get method, then make sure your root name is also updated. If you have two roots with the same name, Symfony is going to get confused and take the last root it finds with the given name, and it won't tell you that it's done this, which is quite frustrating. So as we saw in the previous video, you can either go down the route of having a local variable, maybe we'd call it albums, into which you would store the result of this album repository findAll, but you can also just inline it like what we're going to do here. Now one thing worth noting, in a real world application you would want to use some sort of pagination. Once you get past say 10 resources, 10 albums in your database, you most likely don't want to return all the records in your database for the given request. If that interests you at all, then please search on the site for pagination, where this has been covered before. Anyway, that's basically us done.